Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Deucespeaks,
It's your boy Jason Alexander.
and we are the Clearly Confused podcast where we are unscripted, unfiltered, and probably off topic. Jason, what's happening with you, baby?
Ain't nothing, man. Just chilling, man. Just chilling, man. How you living?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Made it
Right.
through. There's another one of them weeks, man, where I powered. I like to get my shit done early in the week. I just got one of them
Yeah.
jobs where it's really you just independent doing your shit. So as long as you get your shit done, don't nobody bother you. So I try to get as much done early in the week so I can
Right.
chill as much as I can, man. So enjoy
Yeah.
some
Oh,
free
yeah.
time. So yeah,
Like to
it's been a
have
pretty
those
good
nice,
week,
easy
man.
Fridays.
Oh man, yeah, I look, man. I cherish my Fridays, man. Especially with the job I got now. It's kind of like Fridays is sacred for everybody.
Yeah.
Cause plus we travel. A lot of us have to travel, stay overnight places during the week. So Fridays, like man, I ain't doing nothing. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Don't look at
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Don't ask me shit. So yeah. But now it's been pretty good, man. Pretty good, man.
Right. That's good. That's good.
We got football on. Got to watch some
Yeah.
football before we start. It's Thursday night. So we got shit 3 games on tonight. Who was
Yeah.
just on Colts Ravens? Got a quick touchdown in that game. Got to see. So I get excited, man. I'm ready for the preseason to blow through.
Yeah.
Get some
Shoot,
real
yeah.
football going on. I'm a little pissed, even though I got my Steelers hat on. I'm a little pissed at the Steelers, so I'm not watching any preseason for the Steelers.
Okay.
I said I wouldn't support any off season, no training camp, no nothing. Cause I'm pissed. I'm still
I
mad. I'm
got you.
tight,
I understand. Why you mad though?
man. Just over everything how we played out our QB situation, man. It's
Gotcha.
just to
I'm
me it
with
was
you. I
just
understand
clown
that.
shit, man. It was just clown shit how we handled all that stuff. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but I was mad that we didn't sign Fields
Right. I hear you. I hear you.
or
Yeah.
do anything after that. I'm like, shit, do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With him being at
Um,
the age that he's at, I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't want to keep him.
Yeah,
So
and you saw what he could do. I mean, shit, he
yeah.
had us looking decent, man. Starting
Yeah.
off, he's learning shit in the system, and he got to the point where he felt comfortable, and even he said, like, they giving me cautious plays and stuff, so he didn't even get a real chance to like give him free reign out there. But he was looking good, man. I had
I
no
thought
problems.
so.
Like he's young,
Yeah.
he's moldable, humble dude, and you don't see him no off field shit. So
Right.
I was so mad at it, man. I was
I
so mad at
understand.
it.
I understand completely. I like Justin Fields a lot, so I understand that
Mm-hmm.
completely. And,
Yeah, I mean,
I
he
hope he
man,
does good with the Jets, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how
I
he
do
does.
too.
As much as
And I
I
always,
hate the Jets and can't stand them,
yeah.
I still want to see him do good up there. So it'd be all
We'll
right.
say
I
I
think
joke at everybody because we played them. We
first
played the
week,
Jets
ain't it?
week 1. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm like, shit. I hope he balls the hell out on us for real. Cause shit,
yeah.
man, I just hate how it ended, man. I hate
I
how
hear
we
you.
did it. I hated that we started Russ over him. I was very
Hmm.
vocal about it. Now Russ did come in and do a good job, so you couldn't be too pissed about it. But I'm like, I still would have just kept. I mean, we here
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a future. I don't want to keep doing temporary band aids and shit.
yeah. Oh
Just like
yeah.
we doing now. Like even if Rodgers has a good year, nigga he ain't gonna be here next year. You
Nope,
know what I
nope,
mean? So why are
probably
we
not.
wasting time? You know what I mean? That's
Right.
what kind of pisses me off with it.
I
Um,
got you. I got you, man. I understand completely, man. I know
yeah.
exactly what
Don't
you're
get me
going through.
started. I will have a whole man 30 minutes talking about the Steelers pissing me off. But nah, first I was like, I ain't watching shit. Then I was like, you know what, man, it's my squad. You know, I'm loyal, so I'm gonna hold them down. But I'm pissed. You know what I'm
I got
saying?
you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pissed.
The disgruntled fan. That's what I'm gonna call
Yeah,
you this year. The
yeah.
disgruntled fan.
And I'm like, shit, it could be worse, man. It could be worse, man. I could be cheering
Right.
for some of these other sorry ass teams that ain't never done nothing. So,
Yep. That's true. Could be a
yep.
Cowboy fan.
Your words, not mine. Say nothing. Your words, not mine, man. I wasn't gonna call out nobody specific, but hey, the
I
shoe
couldn't
fits.
resist that.
Yeah,
It's football season, man. If you ain't dumping on the Cowboys, are you really
that's
watching
true.
football?
That is true. That is true. But man, let's go ahead and do these
Uh,
mental check-ins, man. How you feeling
all
this
right.
week?
I'm gonna put myself at an 8.4 this week.
Mm.
It's been a pretty decent week, man. I can't complain. We got some good news at work, so things will be looking good probably in the 2027 time frame, somewhere around in
Mm.
there. But the future's looking bright at work. I'm as I'm getting into my retirement age, getting closer and closer to that retirement date, feels good to kind of
Mm-hmm.
solidify that retirement, solidify the opportunity to retire, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So good news there, and family's doing good. We're dog sitting the grand dog this week. We got
Oh
my
man.
youngest son went on vacation, so we're watching this dog for him. And she's been here keeping us company, and it's been good to have a little dog around the house just chilling. It's a little companion and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. So I'm gonna say I'm
Right,
at an
right.
8.4 this week, man. All things good, everybody's good. No complaints over here, man. So where you checking in at this week?
Let me see, man. But that's all love too, man. I know, man. Anytime you get some good news about work, especially in the climate we in, man. Cause shit, I
Yeah.
don't know about everybody else listening, but my day job, man. Even though I feel like I got job security, man, you just never know, man. It's
Oh
just
man.
I don't know. So anything that gives you that sense of security, like I
Yeah.
be checking our stock for the company I work for. I'm like, oh, stock's going up. We looking good. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
If the stock going up, that mean I'm got a little security here, man. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
um,
Absolutely.
let me see. For the week, I'm gonna put myself at a 8.7. It's a pretty
Okay.
good week. Got a lot accomplished. Had some big challenges, especially with work, man. That you get a little anxiety and shit for, and it's all, man. I would say
Mhm.
almost every time, man. You create all these thoughts in your head on this shit is gonna be crazy. It's gonna go this way, go that way. This going, and it's never nothing like what you think it is. So, man, it's I don't know. I do enjoy being able to go out. As my job, I'm an advisor, so be able to go out, give people, my opinion on things to help them be more successful with their business. It's always good to see them use it and then grow from it, man. So like this place I went to, I think it was like earlier this year. I kind of got them started with some stuff, set up a little plan for them, and they've been following the plan, man. I went in there,
Okay.
they are booming now, man. So
Right.
it was good, and it was like shit,
Yeah.
feed us more, feed us more. So it's hey, I love it, man. So it always
Right.
makes me feel good. It's always nice to feel appreciated, and it's also
Mhm.
good to help, man. Just to know you made somebody's life easier. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's yeah, 8.7, man. It's just been good. Enjoying time with the family. Everybody's about to go back to school next week, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be good too, man. Get these kids up out of here eating up every damn thing. Snacks don't survive in the Jones house, man. We be having to hide shit, man, and everything from the kid. I'm like, if it's something good, man, that shit going up in my bedroom. It's gonna stay up
Yeah. I
there,
was getting
man.
ready to say, man, I got all my snacks on my nightstand, man.
Yeah,
So hey, I understand completely.
yeah,
I
man.
understand.
Come
I
down.
learned early on if I want it and I want some of
Yeah.
it, I'm gonna have to put it in my bedroom.
Oh yeah. I used to be like, man, over here overconfident. I'm like, hey, this is mine. Don't touch it, man. I come down there, the box gone. Just a whole empty box too. That should have set me off too. You got
Yeah.
your mouth all ready and the box empty. Boy, I'd be ready to
Yeah.
slap shit out of everybody in the house.
Yeah, and the worst part is we always said, look, if you're gonna eat it, that's fine. But if you eat it all, let me know so I can buy some more at the
Ah,
very least. And they'll eat it and just throw, like you said, there'll be an empty box in there, and that'll piss you off more than anything. Because it's like, man, I could have got some more on my way home
dog.
from work. It's like,
Ah,
man, just
bruh.
let me know.
I would probably say realistically, my wife probably gives that speech once a week. She gives that speech
uh,
once a week, and that shit don't never happen. I'm like,
no,
niggas,
man, it
like,
never
come
hit. It don't
on,
matter how hard you try.
damn. But I'll tell you, that does set me off. If I come in there and that box is empty, I'm ready to lose my shit. Cause that shit, like,
Yeah,
not only did you take the last one, didn't tell nobody to replenish it, you just left that shit up there. What the hell is this shit doing in there, man? What you gonna do with this empty ass box? That
yeah,
shit just.
yeah.
What do you think? We need decorations in the pantry? Hell no, man. It should be stupid, man.
Oh shit, man, that's funny.
Nah,
Uh,
but yeah, it was a good week though, man. Like I said, finishing strong. I ain't got too much to do Friday.
right.
I was just texting some folks, man. I was looking at my little Apple Wallet. I was like, man, I got a lot of sports shit coming up. We got a little minor league baseball game tomorrow night with the family.
Okay.
I don't know shit about wrestling, but I got some free tickets to a little AEW wrestling match out here.
Okay. All
So
right.
me and wifey gonna go on. I ain't been to a wrestling match since fourth grade.
Okay. All right. I'm
Yep,
trying to
fourth
think.
grade. What was that? WCW? Yep, WCW Nitro.
Ooh. Okay, he was WCW. I know that was a good one. That
Oh yeah, because
WCW was on back in the
I'm
day.
pretty sure it was WCW. Who was Goldberg with?
He was with WCW. Yeah.
Okay, then it was because Goldberg was my favorite wrestler at the time, and
Right.
it was a
Okay.
birthday gift. My pop surprised me with it. Man, it was one of the best days ever. I'm like, oh shit! Like I'm really getting to see
Yeah.
this nigga live. I got his toys and shit. Like man, that was crazy, man.
Ah, yeah. I bet it was, man. I bet it was, man. I'm
So
trying to
yeah.
remember. Trying to remember last time. Last time I went to wrestling probably might have been 2000, 2000, probably year 2000. Now I
Mm.
think about it.
That shit. That's literally the around the time
Probably.
I
Yeah.
went. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. We went to Rupp Arena. Saw it was WWE though, and we saw The
Mm.
Rock and Kurt Angle was there.
Oh
Triple
man.
H wasn't there, but I remember seeing Kurt Angle. I remember seeing like I said, The Rock. I remember seeing Bobby Lashley in his early days. I remember
Mm-hmm.
seeing him because I think he's pretty big now, or had a decent career at some point. But I remember seeing him. He was one of the undercard wrestlers at the time. So, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. It was always a good time. The main thing I remember from that most is she wasn't my wife at the time, but we both ended up at that. We both ended up at that event.
Mm-hmm.
And but leading up to the event, I was cracking jokes on her because I was trying to tell her where her seats were, and she didn't believe me. And I was like, I'm telling you, your seats ain't as good as you think." And we were going back and forth about that the whole time, and then but we ended up at the same one. Saw her the next day, and she's like, "Yeah, you can go on fuck yourself, man. Them seats wasn't worth the shit." But I got to see, she said I got to see The Rock, so she was happy
Mm-hmm.
about that. But overall, her seats weren't as good as mine. So that was always a running joke that we
It's
had back
funny.
in the day back then. Man. So that was the last wrestling match I've been to, and it's kind of funny because we both like wrestling, but we never really went to one. Now I think
That's
about it,
crazy.
because that one we just ended up at it as a coincidence, and
Mm-hmm.
after we got together, we never really went to one, which is kind of surprising. But we did all kinds of other stuff.
Shit,
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
the
how it
wrestling matches
goes.
were always fun, man. They were always fun.
That's crazy. Do you know anything about AEW?
A little bit, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of who. I don't know who's holding the belts
I
or
don't
anything like
know.
that.
I don't
So
know shit about none
yeah,
of it.
I wouldn't be able to tell you nothing. I know they got like I remember at one point they had like Chris Jericho, I think, over there doing. I think he was the main guy, but I think that was when they first came out. So I really
Yeah,
don't know what they got
they
going on
needed
now.
a name to
Yeah,
carry him with. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, man, I'm just going. Anytime I get some, I got this little veterans thing. They always sending out free tickets, like that NASCAR race. I got tickets
yeah,
on there. This wrestling match. I had to pay for the baseball game, but yeah, I get so many
yeah.
tickets. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go to a free. I love live shit anyway, man. So I'm like,
Right, I hear you.
I'm gonna make the most of it anyway, man.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna
ain't
make
nothing
the
wrong with
most
that.
of it. Nah,
That'd
not
be a
at
good
all.
time though, man. It'll be a good time. They from what I know about them, they put on a good show, so it should be a good time.
Yep. I was like, shit. I was like, even if I went to I don't even know if it is WWE. Is it WWE now?
Yeah, yeah, they
Like
still
even if
got
I
it.
went to a WWE match, I'm like, shit. I don't know nobody in here. What's
Oh
it?
no,
No.
man, it's still John Cena, Roman Reigns.
See, I
It's
didn't.
still
I never knew Roman Reigns and nothing like. I didn't know who Roman Reigns was till last year when my brother told me about him. I was like, I don't know shit
yeah,
about wrestling no more, man.
yeah. It's still a lot of. Far as I know with WWE, because like I said, I don't watch it like I used to,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, every time I hear something on it like SummerSlam, I might hear the results of SummerSlam and whatnot. And a lot of the names are still familiar in WWE. And if I ain't mistaken, Triple H is the one running it now. So
Shit, you gonna
they
be
say it's
seeing a
doing
lot
all
more
right.
of it. They just inked a big ass deal with Netflix.
Yeah, yeah,
I
sure
think was
did.
it Netflix? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Netflix, man. So yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna see a whole lot of them.
it's funny you say that because I think it's going to cost them $29.99 a month now to watch it, to watch all the like Raw and all that stuff. And folks are pretty pissed off about it.
I
So
bet, man.
I saw
Hell,
folks talking about that on social media about how they were pissed off about how the wrestling prices are getting ready to change, and it's like, man, they're pissed off. But it's funny they're still going to pay for it. But
yeah. But they got to realize too with some of these things, like you got to know who your main audience is. Who
oh
are the
yeah,
main people that want to sit here and watch us? Ain't people that's got super rich and loaded with money.
right,
It's gonna be a lot of the low economic people that should they want to watch some good entertainment and stuff like that,
hmm,
and that's why wrestling was good because you can go, it can be affordable. That's why
yeah,
I always thought it was a good sport. I'm like, it could be affordable, everybody got access to it.
hmm,
Nah, you want to try to jack it up, man? You just I hate when they do stuff like that. That's why
yeah,
I hate with any kind of sporting events and stuff, man. I think about it with the Super Bowl. I'm like, man, you got all these loyal ass people that's been cheering for these teams and shit all season, and then they team finally makes and they can't even afford to go to it. But all the
Right, right,
people, as
right.
long as they got money, ain't been supporting or nothing. They just
Yeah.
there to show off. I'm like, I hate shit like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
It's like going to the Super Bowl. The experience if you can't afford to get in there, which most I really don't know. I might know less than five people who can afford to go to the Super Bowl, but I know a
mm-hmm.
bunch of folks that would probably go to the city and enjoy the experience
Oh
inside the
yeah,
city where the Super Bowl's at,
I'd rather
as
do
opposed to
that
going to the Super
anyway.
Bowl.
Yeah, I'd rather do it be in the festivities because
Yeah,
man,
yeah. It'll be a
you get
good
to the
time.
unless you loaded, you gonna go on the game, man. You gonna have no good ass seats. It's gonna be crowded. Everything gonna be expensive. You done spend all this money. It might be a blowout. It might not even be
Yeah,
your damn team playing.
right. That
so
too.
yeah,
That
it's
too.
a. I don't know, man. Yeah, shit. We can have a whole damn episode on that in general. How
Yeah,
sports be
yeah.
robbing people, man. But let's get on, man. We got a good show for y'all today. We are gonna be hitting on the Shannon Sharpe situation. Getting fired
Mhm.
from ESPN. We'll dig into that a little bit. We do got a good discussion. It's funny because based on how we opened it up, talking about generations and the difference between generations, how every generation thinks theirs was the best or they had the most overcome, etc. A bunch of different things. So we'll hit into that. And then we'll wrap it up always with some real talk or clickbait, which we got a good one. I think one that really needs to be talked about anyway. So
Yeah, yeah, me
got some
too.
good stuff for y'all, man. So make sure y'all stay tuned, listen to the full episode, man, and let us know what you think. But let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's jump into this the Shannon Sharpe situation, and
All right.
as always, we're gonna give you the key facts, events of it, and then we'll go ahead and do a little breakdown of it. So
Hmm.
if you don't know or don't remember, back in April, Shannon Sharpe was sued for $50 million. Young white lady, OnlyFans thotty, got your boy all tied up.
Hmm.
Got him tied up. So July, there was no terms. I don't think it ever came out how much they settled for, but they ended up settling. Everything got dropped. And just, I'll be honest, or I ain't even give my opinion. We're gonna stick to the facts here. But it was settled out of court in July. There's
Right.
no amount listed. I've heard from 10 to 20 million, 10 to
Yeah, same
25
here.
million around there. But who knows?
Right.
Shannon Sharpe did. He's always denied, any wrongdoing. The texts and audio and stuff like that, it hurt a little bit. So I know I played a part, and then he got suspended from ESPN,
Hmm.
and pretty much said that ESPN's been pretty quiet about stuff. They kind of let him handle his own narrative with everything, which is be a good thing. I'd rather you let me handle it than your words come out.
Right.
So they did kind of put him on a suspension, and he said he'd be back for football season. And a lot of people was like, "Oh, where's my guy at?" You know what I'm saying? Preseason, everything's
Hmm.
back. We still not seeing him. So he got that settlement in, and shit, they dropped his ass real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they
all
dropped
in
him.
the same week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he did come out because his brother, Sterling Sharp, did get put into the Hall of Fame.
Hmm.
And I get it, man. He was like, we had a discussion that they wouldn't make the announcement until afterwards, just to not draw attention for him. Which I respect that he even would think about his brother in that
Hmm.
situation. Like, man, I don't want to put all this, interrupt, such a huge achievement like that too, man. So a lot of people say it did overshadow his brother's induction into the Hall of Fame, but nonetheless, it was still beautiful to see, man. I think that's the first brothers that have gone in.
Okay.
So that's a crazy to get two brothers to get into the Hall of Fame because
Hmm.
it ain't. I think there's only like 300 something people in the Hall of Fame, and that's
Yeah.
players, coaches, and everything. So it's to get two brothers, let alone two family members, into the Hall of Fame is crazy.
That's
But two
crazy. Yeah.
brothers, yeah,
Yeah, because the
that's
Eli ain't
wild,
made it
man.
yet, has he?
Nope, Eli has not made it.
Hmm.
I don't think Eli's a Hall of Famer. Just my
Yeah. It's
opinion.
it's debatable.
Yeah, I
I
know
could
he
go.
beat he beat
I could go either
Brady.
way. Yeah, I could go either way with Eli. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like
it's
if he
one of those
gets in,
ones. He
if he
got it.
gets
I'm
in,
not
cool.
mad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If he gets in, cool. If he don't, it's all good. I
Yeah.
understand. I get it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But let's see. Yeah, he got fired. And then a new lawsuit came out. 20 million defamation lawsuit. And that was against Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay, Nightcap. Ocho Single got dragged in that one too. And that was
Hmm.
just over a video clip of I think it was the Usher concert. Yeah, this woman went
Yeah.
to the Usher concert and they had this whole story that her husband left her and stuff, and turns out she wasn't married at all, and just a whole bunch of stuff, man. There's been a lot going on in that world, but that's
Hmm.
pretty much the facts of where it's at. And we talked before the show. We just got an update before the show that that lawsuit, that 20 million defamation lawsuit, got dropped.
Okay.
Said there was no settlement or anything, so I don't know if it was a
Okay.
settlement under the table or I don't know what have you. But looking at the facts of that case too, this woman's been trying to just like, she wasn't even looking for no money and stuff like that. She was just like, hey, remove this shit off of there. Like, that's all I want. Protect my brand, yada yada. And they played around with her and ignored her and shit. And
Right.
she's like, well, let me get your attention here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Stuff
did
like
they
that.
remove? Did they do what she asked? Like
Well,
remove?
they didn't. That's why she ended up doing the lawsuit.
I was
Yeah.
wondering with the lawsuit getting dropped if they agreed to go on and just take it off, but if
Well,
that's
see,
why
with the
she might
lawsuit getting
drop it.
dropped now, that I don't know. Since
Okay.
then, I don't know. But before, because I think this has been going on since early this year. I want to say she said February is when she
Okay.
first spoke to him about it, and that they had removed it, the episode and stuff, and but they didn't remove it from everywhere. And she was like, kept trying to get him to, like, look, I just want y'all to remove it. I'm not trying to get nothing. Just take it off. It
Hmm.
ain't true. Just remove it.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't remove it from everywhere, and she's like, "Well, shit, y'all playing with me." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Okay. I get
But
it.
that one's dead and gone. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. My man lost his job. Which, let's start there, man. Let's start with him losing that. Do you think that
Okay.
was the fair punishment for everything that played out to you?
Mm, man, it's a good question, man. Man, it's hard to man, it's really hard to say because yeah, man, you just look at everything that's going on in society. You look at
Mm-hmm.
things that people are doing who have a higher uh, status, so
Mm-hmm.
to say, than Shannon Sharp, and they're able to go on as life with life going on, whereas Shannon doing a lot of the same things as the other folks. I don't know. He gets
Yeah.
punished for it. You know, I'm not a big. I've always said I'm not a big Shannon Sharp guy, but this whole lawsuit, the first lawsuit, I don't know, man. That one just gave me a funny feeling, man. I never really could get with that one, as far
Mm-hmm.
as seeing the wrongdoing. Well, it's tough, man. It's tough
It was
because
nothing
I
illegal,
hate
first and foremost. Nothing illegal that he did at all.
right. It wasn't anything illegal. And that's where I guess that's where the hard part is for me because it wasn't anything illegal. Was he an asshole? Probably. You
Yeah.
know, could he have handled that a little bit differently? Absolutely. Clearly, he could have handled it differently.
He shouldn't
But
have been there to begin with, but that's
right, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's definitely a bad decision on his part. But at the same time, man, I can't help but feel like it was a money grab, and
oh,
she
for
was
sure.
successful. So I hate to see him get fired for what is a clear money grab, in my opinion, anyway. I should say
Yeah.
because I mean I
See
don't
how
know,
I
man.
kind of thought it was fair how they were going, what I assumed they were going to do when he was like, "Yeah, they're suspending me right now,
Right?
until I'll be back football season, whatever." If they would have, for me, I thought a suspension without pay during that time frame would have sufficed, and
Yeah.
then he come back during the NFL season. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh yeah.
I thought that would have been fair enough, good enough punishment because I'm like, what kind of evidence did we see? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we saw some Diddy shit and he was dragging somebody at a hotel room. We saw him talking crazy, on some freaky shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They
Mm-hmm.
clearly had a, toxic type relationship. So there was some slick shit coming from her, slick shit coming from him. You could
Mm-hmm.
you could just tell that they both like some rough, crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know why, and I understand we're talking about Disney here, so again, they got to protect their brand. But it's like, I didn't think he should have been fired, to be honest
Right.
with you.
Right. Usually in those situations when they fire somebody, it's going to be because well, number one, they're giving the company a bad look, and number two, public outcry,
Oh yeah,
and
the way,
there was really no public outcry. It
and
wasn't
that's what was
nobody.
kind of shocked me because I was like, there
Yeah.
is no public. It's not like people because nobody was boycotting his nightcap show or.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm like,
Nobody's
if his
boycotting
show is still
ESPN.
doing
Yeah.
successful and good, that's a clear sign. And I thought that's what ESPN was probably doing is like, let's wait, see how this plays out. Let's see how his other
Right.
shit is doing. If that's maintaining, people still love him. If not, we know we need to go ahead and cut ties. So I thought that's what they were gonna do because it's like, if that was the case, y'all should just let the motherfucker go up front. You know
I
what I
was going
mean?
to say the same thing. Why wait? Just fire that man and everything.
Yeah. But then I try to put myself in Disney's shoes with this,
All right.
and ESPN, and say, you know what? Anytime somebody settles, that's always looks like an admission of guilt.
It does.
Um, so it's that
It's going to look like that in public eye, regardless. So,
yeah, and that's why I was like, well, they fired him as soon as he settled that. So that to me, they were like, okay, he admitted guilt right there. We're gonna have to let him go because guilty people don't settle, which isn't true at all. But
no, shoot, no.
yeah, I was just like, I don't know, man. He was on his show joking about his pockets is light now and stuff
Yeah,
like
trying to
that.
get that money from Ocho that he owed me
Yeah.
5,900.
People got mad about that. I'm like, well, man, people gonna be mad about everything. But
Yeah, man.
yeah, I didn't agree with him losing his job, man. I didn't like that. I
Yeah.
think he's always been I think I mean, he's stupid as hell messing with all these young girls, but he's always been a good professional.
Mm-hmm.
And he does great at his job. Whether you like him or not, he's good at his job. That's
Yeah, he brings in the viewers, man. That's what you
Yeah,
want.
I mean, he does it. He can recall shit like crazy, man. He's got one of those photographic memories, so like his
Right.
takes are really nice and well articulated.
Gotcha.
So I mean, he's a hell of a talent, man. But what do you think's next for him? You think he's gonna get picked up, or if I'm him, I'm just gonna kind of just. I got my club Shay Shay, got my
Yeah.
liquor. I'm gonna just stay on the whole independent route, and to be honest, that's where a lot of this shit is going anyway.
Yeah. He'll have a lot more freedom that way, a
Oh
lot more
yeah.
control, and able to do, whatever he wants to do and say whatever he wants to say
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. I mean, still got sued by Nightcap, but
Mm-hmm.
or on Nightcap. But the other thing too about it is the girl's lawyer is Tony Busby, and we all know who Tony Busby is. We all
Yeah.
know he's the ambulance chaser, and
Come on.
he's been doing this for decades, man. For decades, he's just not a lawyer. He's
He's a
definitely not a
slum
Johnny
bag,
Knoxville.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So uh, if I'm ESPN, I'm looking at that before I'm looking at anything else. I'm like, man, look, he's over here getting shook down by this lawyer who's tried to shake down everybody, and that's what he does,
Jay
man.
Z,
Everybody,
everybody,
yeah, he just throws shit at the wall and see if it sticks. And I mean, Busby got a good payout on this, obviously, but I mean, I don't know,
and
man.
that's
I
why,
just
all
I
honestly, I
can't
think,
see firing
man,
him over this.
Shannon Sharpe need to fire all his lawyers and everything, man, because from what
Yeah,
I've heard, and this was early on, and even after the fact too, it's been brought up again. Like they weren't gonna bring up nothing to the public. They wanted to settle everything. And Busby even came out and said, like, I was not even gonna mention the client's name. Nobody was ever gonna see a picture of her, know
yeah,
anything
he
about
did do
her
that first,
age,
didn't
nothing. He was like, he was the one that came out and immediately said her name and everything, and got
he? Yeah,
everybody
he
on
did.
her because she wanted to remain anonymous.
Yeah,
So
forgot
it's
about
like,
that.
yeah, y'all gonna come out and immediately call the girl out and shit. So now you've put, like, to me as your lawyer, I know you a big ass black man, and you over here messing with this young 21 year old white woman, bro. That ain't gonna look good at all. We do not want the public to see this image at all. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just not gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna look good at all. So
right.
why say her name and take everybody to go to her page, look at her OnlyFans and shit? That blew my mind. At that point, I was like, yeah, you can fire all they asses because
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you still
sure.
paid, you lost your job. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody knows who she is too, so you got clowned for it as
Yeah,
well too. So
yeah,
it's
he
like,
really did. He got clown big time for that.
it's just I don't know, man. It's just that's one of the things. Like you too old for that, bro. Like
Right.
you too old to be getting fleet. Especially you been in the damn spotlight for
NFL.
so damn long.
Yeah, man. This shouldn't be new experiences for this man. You know what I'm saying?
Too
And
old.
yeah, yeah. I was getting ready to say, you'd like to think he would learn from this, but truthfully, he should already know better. He
You
should
should
already
know better.
he
And
should
I
already didn't he should already known that he knows the game. He's been
yeah.
playing the game.
Come on,
So it's
man.
like,
You
come on,
already
man.
know how it goes. You know they gonna try to get you, and you gonna let this young ass girl get. Boy, she immediately came out and said, "I'm retired from
I mean,
OnlyFans."
that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's
she
crazy.
retired. You retired her, bruh. Then
23 years old, and Shannon Sharpe's retiring everybody but himself.
yep. Come on, man. You working all these jobs now because you gotta pay her ass. So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. They try to warn him. They try to tell him quit messing with these young girls, but hey, it is what it is. I know
Yeah.
some people try to jump on it for race and stuff. I'm like, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with the race. It's this
Nah.
young ass girl. I mean, you just
Yeah.
messing with some immature. Like, I don't know how anybody in their 50s gonna relate to anybody at 19, 20 years old anyway.
As a 51-year-old, I have no clue how that shit plays out.
Yeah,
None whatsoever. None.
I'd
Cause
be annoyed.
yeah, shit.
You know what I mean?
You like a kid to me. You like one of my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on.
I mean, my youngest kids turning 26 this year, so it's like I couldn't
Mm.
imagine trying to have a conversation on an everyday basis with somebody who's 19, 20
Come
years old.
on. Oh yeah.
You
Like
know,
what y'all talking about?
yeah, man, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
I don't
know.
know, man. I don't know, but
It's great. But
but
that to
hey,
me, that's karma too.
yeah,
All because man, he done gave so much flack to Ocho on not being professional, and you know what I'm saying, man. Especially when Ocho used to talk about trying to get on ESPN with him and stuff, and he like, you gotta be more professional. You can't be late. You can't be doing. Then look at your ass. You know, lost your job, got sued and
yeah.
shit because you couldn't control your urges as a man. So shut your ass up, man.
And
That's what I always say, man.
there's a
What?
rumor going around that Ocho might be the one who replaces him on
I've been
ESPN.
hearing that. That
Have
would
you
be
seen? Yeah,
crazy too. Because
that would
Ocho's
make
on.
me
He
tune in
does
the nightcap
NFL
as well.
Live, so he's
Yeah,
already got experience.
yeah,
You man, that would be crazy.
that
I
would
know
be
they were
crazy.
talking about who would probably be up there next. Man, some name they kept floating around Charles Barkley, and I'm like, I wouldn't want
Nah,
Charles Barkley on there anyway.
nah.
They talking
I
about
like
Jason
Charles Barkley,
Kelsey.
but I'm Charles Barkleyed out, man. You
Yeah,
know.
well, I'm like, man, I don't want to have to hear Charles Barkley and damn
Yeah,
Stephen A. every day, man. Shit would drive me
yeah.
crazy.
Uh,
Nah, yeah, that should drive
yeah,
anybody crazy, man.
yeah, man. I ain't trying to him, Shaq. I ain't trying to I'm trying to see hear them. Man, I mean,
Nah.
I got love for inside the NBA, but
Everybody needs to stay in their own lane, man. You know
yeah,
what I
man,
mean?
yeah,
Stay in your
yeah.
lane,
Bring
stay
back
in your
Max
lane.
Kellerman.
Yeah, come on, Max Kellerman. Don't bring back Max Kellerman.
I'll bring it back. Oh yeah, shit.
Don't bring back
I
Max
like old
Kellerman.
Max. Max,
Yeah,
Max. They couldn't keep Max on there because he spit that shit too real for him.
mm, Max was good. That was a punching bag, man.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Hmm
Hey, he took it well though.
He
I
did.
can't front.
Yeah. I'll
He
say that
took it
he
like a
did.
champ.
Hmm Oh man, but now we'll see what plays out. What's next for Shannon if he just continues to do what he do, or I'm curious. Like, shit, we coming on football season. You just gonna nightcap it out the whole time, or like
It's gonna
I
be
don't know,
interesting because
man.
he's gonna have to spit his shit. He ain't gonna be able to. I don't think he's gonna be able to not talk football, man. So he's gonna
I
have to
don't
figure
know.
something out. I think it'll be interesting
Hmm
to see what he does, though. Definitely be interesting to see what he does.
Oh
That's for
yeah,
sure.
shit. If I'm him, hey, I'm putting everything in the nightcap. You know what I'm saying? Because now I ain't got to
Oh
get
yeah,
up and go to this job. I'm putting everything fully back in this shit. My club
yeah.
Shay Shay's gonna be going through the roof. Yeah, we gonna make this something real big. Like I mean, it's already big, but
Yeah,
yeah. Now that I know I ain't got nothing else to worry about, oh, we locked in, baby. Come
he
on.
should be. Yeah, he should be.
Hmm But we'll see. Let's see our next topic. Man, so this one's a good one. So does every generation think they're the real ones? And we hear this all the time, man. About, oh my, back in my day, it always man. Cause I find myself saying it sometimes too with my kids now. Back in my day, we had to do this and that and yada yada, and y'all got it so easy and shit now. And it's always, and I sometimes I'll sit there and think about it too, especially now that I catch myself doing it sometimes. I'm like, why we do this shit, man? You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I'm like, why
because
we do this shit?
it's right there in front of us, man. We can't help it, man. It's just life. It's life
Mm-hmm.
as it is, man. You know, we see it. We see it. First thing we're gonna do is complain about how the kids act. We're gonna complain about how the folks younger than us are acting. We're gonna complain about how the folks older than us are acting, and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
sit back and say, "Why can't folks act like we do?" It's
Yep.
just natural.
It is
It's just
natural.
natural.
So before we dig deep into it, I do want to break down some of the generations. I know some people don't know which generation is what. They don't keep up with everything.
Right.
And I got a little bit of little information about each generation as well too to kind of break them down. So I'm gonna start off just because there's not a lot of people left from the silent generation. So we're gonna start off with your favorite generation, the baby boomers.
Boo.
So that's that's 1946 to 1964. They were born in what's considered the economic golden era.
Mm-hmm.
Came of age during unprecedented post-war prosperity, often seeing themselves the last hard-working, common-sense generation. They're
Mm-hmm.
pioneers of culture, rock and roll, civil rights movement, moon landing. They felt they changed the world.
Oh, they
Criticism
did.
from others. Uh, they believed younger generations are entitled. They lack work ethic and they complain too much. That's how a lot of boomers feel about those below them. You got anything? I feel like something burning to get off your chest on the boomers, man.
Oh no, I'm just listening. I'm just taking it all in right
All
now.
right,
You
all
know,
right.
I'm just taking it all in.
So I got you now. We got you up next. We got the Generation X. So these are born 1965, 1980, and you can let me know if these fit this generation of yours.
All right.
So latchkey resilience. They
Yes,
grew up
sir.
independent during
Yes, sir.
rising divorce rates and less
Yeah.
supervision. They see
Hmm.
themselves as adaptable and resourceful.
Yes. Yes. That all sounds. That sounds like Gen X to me.
Perfect. Some cultural factors about Gen X. They were there for the birth of hip hop, grunge, MTV, and claimed they had the real music and movies.
Yes.
So
Yes.
pioneering the music, huge music scene, especially hip hop,
Hmm.
all that stuff, and movies. You feel that's pretty accurate as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we also one thing they didn't mention: a lot of goats in sports and culture in general are Gen Xers. So that has to be noted as well. There might be a
Okay.
couple of boomers snuck in there, like Michael Jordan. I think he's a boomer probably, but for the most part, a lot of the goats come from the Gen X era. You know, Tom Brady, Gen X.
Okay. I got you. Now it depends, it all depends on who everybody sees as they goat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's some
it's
people
true.
out
It's
here that
true.
say Patrick Mahomes is a goat of football. You,
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, folks are entitled to their opinions. You know what I'm saying?
see, so let's see. So it does say Generation X. They're known for having a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
They feel
yeah.
overshadowed by boomers and millennials, but believe they're the last non-soft generation.
Hmm. Hmm. That's interesting right
Mm-hmm.
there. I'm probably different than most Gen Xers in the fact that I still got a lot of love for millennials and I got a lot of love for Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have any love at all for the boomers. But and boomers just make me sick, man. They just
Mm-hmm.
make me sick because they have, to me, the boomers are delusional and they believe that everything that happened in their generation and in their time of coming up is what we should be
Yeah,
doing.
and that it
And
was
it's like
as
when we,
easy as for them that it
yeah,
should be as easy for us as it was for them.
yeah, they had it made and they act like they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like they act like they had it rough. And it's like, man, y'all ain't have it rough. And then
Yeah.
when we say we had it rough, they say, "Oh, y'all just a bunch of soft ass pussies." And it's like that ain't the truth. It's like that ain't
Mm-hmm.
the truth. We didn't have 59-cent gasoline to fill up our cars with every week. We didn't have milk that cost less than $1 for a gallon of milk. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to buy houses that had 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and 2 car garages for $57,000.
Yeah,
We
crazy
didn't get to
man.
do shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, boomers worked minimum wage jobs and were still able to afford to live. Whereas now, if you got a minimum wage job, it ain't changed. The minimum wage ain't changed since the boomers were
Hell,
working minimum wage jobs.
dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for real
it's like,
though.
what is it? And they call themselves what? The common sense generation. Is that what they
Yeah,
said? Yeah.
man.
How you the common sense generation and you ain't managed to raise minimum wage since the time you was working at McDonald's when you was 15, 16 years old. You know, and the boomers are the ones running the country right now. You
That it
understand what I'm
is.
saying?
It's true. And
All of
that's
them
why they
are.
see is everybody's lazy, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dog,
Like,
you don't know how different the economy was during that
right.
time frame compared to what it is now. Especially all the foreign competition and shit too, that even makes it even harder.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
man,
It drives
nah.
me nuts. Boomers be like, why don't you save money? Because I'm broke. What am I
Yeah,
gonna say?
they gotta need
Like,
money
man,
to
come on,
save.
man.
Shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all were able to get your paycheck, pay your bills, and then take a vacation. Whereas now, shit, man, we damn near got to take out a loan to go on vacation. It's like, man,
Well,
y'all ain't living the life we're living. And Gen Xers, the one thing I'll say the most about is when you described them is our adaptability because we've had to adapt to the way the boomers expected us to be. Then we've had to adapt to how life really is, and then at the same time, we have to. Uh, I hate to use the word mentor, but
hmm
the millennials and the Gen Zers they've looked up to us, and more often than not, they're gonna come to somebody who's in Gen X for some advice before they're gonna go to a boomer because they already know they're gonna get bullshit when they go
hell
to a boomer.
yes.
So
Hell
Gen
yes.
X has had to adapt to all of that, and
hmm
like I said, I know a lot of people who are Gen Xers. They'll shit on millennials. I know it was one of the when I was looking up the topics. One of the things it said was Gen Xers always made fun of the millennials, and I ain't gonna lie, man. We gave the millennials a whole lot of shit back in the day, whole lot of shit
hmm
for everything. You know, something stupid would happen, be like, oh, you must be a millennial. Couldn't help it. That's just the way it was. You know, but
That's how it goes.
yeah, you know, in that aspect, I feel like we were bullies. But as I got older, it was like, you know, millennials are a lot like Gen X. You know, a lot of the things that we struggled with and we had issues with are the same things that the millennials are going through. And it's getting ready in the Gen Zers, they're getting ready to have it worse than the millennials and the Gen Xers. So I'm a little bit more forgiving and loving when it comes to my younger peers than
hmm
most folks. And like the whole Gen Zers don't want to work. Like I hate when I hear people say that. It's like, no, the Gen Zers got it figured out. They want to work. They just don't want to work for no bullshit.
They
You
don't want to
know,
do the hard labor and dumb shit that we do.
well, well, they'll do it, but they don't want to do it for minimum wage. And the
Oh
boomers are like,
hell
you don't
no.
want to work hard. And they're like, no, motherfucker, you gonna pay me my worth. You pay me my worth,
hmm
I'm gonna do the
No,
job. But if you
that's
don't pay
very
me my
much
worth,
true.
yeah, they say if you don't pay me my worth, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
And
like
then the
why the
boomers
hell
will
would
be
I
like,
do
well, you're
this?
just lazy because I used to work for 4 cents an hour. Well, sorry, you was working for slave wages back then. That was dumb on your part.
Yeah, I'm
You
sorry, you
should have
was
stood up
stupid.
and
Shit.
said some shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
and that's why the boomers get mad when we stand up now and confront them with the same type shit. It's like, look, man, y'all need to start spreading some of that wealth. Something.
hmm
Something. Y'all need to do something. Because the boomers got it all locked in. And they ain't sharing shit.
No, they ain't gonna
And
share because they feel like I had to do all this to earn it. Your ass need to
yeah,
earn it too. I ain't just gonna pass it to you.
yeah,
It's
oh yeah.
So well, I will say for those listening, our Gen Xer here on the podcast did confirm that they do have a chip on their shoulder.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
As all of us do.
Oh
Especially
yeah.
the Leos.
Oh man, my ex-wife's a Leo. So let's move on to millennials. So this
Oh
is
yeah, millennial.
my generation here. We are the tech transition masters.
Mm-hmm.
Remember life before smartphones and adapted to rapid tech growth.
Yeah,
They think they bridge the best of old and new, which I do agree with that because
I agree.
I'm like, hey, we did like part of my early growing up. I felt like a Gen X kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Outside, doing everything I'm doing, and then video games is probably where the real transition started. 'Cause you start getting more video games, PlayStation, Nintendo, shit got a little bit more advanced, and that was like really when millennials start picking up a little bit on the technology, and then phones and shit came out and kind of took off. So it was like
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn both. I had to learn a lot of that's why I think I like outdoors and shit, because I'm like, man, I grew up outside and shit, but I'm also a tech motherfucker boy, because I
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love that shit, and I've always watched it grow, and it's always been fascinating seeing how it's changed. And that does make a point of the rapid change in technology
Mm-hmm.
over that time frame, which is crazy. So it was yeah, it's always been fascinating. So
Oh
let's
yeah.
see. Millennials value driven, pride themselves on inclusivity, environmentalism, and challenging outdated norms. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will say it's a mix, which I guess you could say that with any generation. But I see some millennials that do fit more, and I guess it depends on how they're raised, more in a Gen X type kind of feel, kind of environment.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that is true.
because I'll see some. I think about like some of my peers, more so when it comes to the point of challenging outdated norms. Because we've let a go. Like I even think about, especially parenting. There's all my brain right
Mm-hmm.
now is focused on parenting and the norms of parenting from my parents. Which I got a mix of Gen X and let me see, when the boomers in. Yeah, my dad's a baby boomer.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, I got a little bit of mix of them, but yeah, it's interesting to see the way we parent compared to the way I know we got parented.
Right. It
And it's
is. Yeah.
different, and it's like I said, it's a mix. So I see like some of my peers are like adjusting. I'm pretty much talking about beating the hell out your kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
because back then you just got your ass beat, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean it was known for my mom to slap the shit out of me in my mouth in the middle of anywhere, and if nobody bat an eye. But boy, you
Yeah.
do some
Yeah.
shit like that nowadays, you just
Man,
them
that costs
handcuffs
CPS before you get out of Walmart.
automatically coming on. But some people, I know a lot of people in my generation, they still don't care. They're gonna beat the shit out of their kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I was like, you know what? It wasn't right. That wasn't the best. Wasn't the best for me. So I
Right.
didn't want to bring it to my kids. And that was a growing experience because when you first have kids, you're like, shit, I'm gonna do my kids how I got done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh
this
yeah.
ain't right, man. I ain't like it. Why would I want to do this to my kids?
Yeah. The main reason why I never really beat the kids is because when I got my beatings and got my whoopings, it didn't do shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, so my whole thing was, why am I going to do something that I know didn't work? If you wanted something that worked on me, you ground me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I
Mm-hmm.
can't go nowhere for a while. Or, of course, nowadays, you can probably taking the phone or taking the iPad as
Yeah.
opposed
Hell
to
yeah.
grounding them. But when I would get grounded, that's when I would get pissed off. And that's when I would be like, all right, I fucked up. But a
Mm-hmm.
whooping, I mean, that shit might hurt for 2 minutes and then that shit goes away. And it's like, man, that shit ain't doing nothing, man. You can hit me with the belt all you want to, man. Go ahead. That shit ain't hurting nobody.
And you know
So,
what? I'm kind of glad you said that though too, because if you think about it, back in those times, ain't no video games. You don't have as much entertainment as a kid
right.
as you do now. So as a parent, yeah, nowadays I know you love that damn iPad. I can take that shit
Hmm.
and ruin your whole damn day. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's gonna ruin
Yeah.
your whole damn day.
Yeah.
But for us, like I think about it before I had like video games and shit. What you gonna do? Take a book from me or something like that?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Or my punishment? Oh, you can't go outside and play. What you mean I can't go outside and play? Man, I'll do whatever I can to get out and play.
You know what I'm saying? Be
Mm-hmm.
in your room looking out the window watching your boys playing wiffle ball and shit,
Ah,
man. It should
yeah,
be pissing you off. It's like, man, I'm gonna make sure I don't do that again. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. Yes, I'm with you on that. Let's see what else. Last thing on millennials, and how they view older generations. So a lot of
Mhm.
millennials feel we're fixing the mess you left us, and we're doing it with less money and more student debt. And I promise you, I feel that shit. 'Cause I do feel like
Mhm.
we are cleaning up a lot of mess. And I don't put it on Gen X. I put it more on the Boomers as well too. Because I feel like they just thought they had it so damn good that everybody else should just do the same shit. I agree with you. They feel like everybody should be doing it their same way, and that was the
Yeah.
only way that worked. That's when life was good. The Make
Yeah.
America Great Again. But
Yeah.
no, it
It
wasn't,
don't
and
have to be that way.
it fucked us. And we're
Mhm.
paying for it. All that shit is coming down to us, and I do feel like my generation is at that point now to where we're saying, hey, it's gonna take us and Gen Z to try to stop that from going any further, and fucking
Mhm.
anybody else over. So I'll agree
At
with
the
the
same time,
millennials.
but before we get to Gen Z, I do
Mm-hmm.
wonder if once the boomers start to, I mean, hate to say it, but once the boomers start to disappear,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I wonder if that's going to be when Gen X actually stands up the way Gen X should stand up, or the way I always expected Gen X to stand up, because I always felt like Gen X had a lot of promise, and I feel like we failed to deliver on all of that promise. I feel like we just I hate to say it. I feel like we focused so much on what the boomers wanted us to do that we didn't have our eyes on the prize. And I'm always going to feel like Gen X has just let everybody down because we should be doing a whole lot better. I think we should have contributed to society a whole lot more than what we contributed to. And it's like you said, it's going to be up to the millennials and Gen Z to fix the mess that we saw and that we saw taking place, but did nothing to stop. So for
Mm-hmm.
that, I apologize. As a Gen Xer, I apologize to the millennials and Gen Zers because we fucked that shit up, and we have to own that. I feel like we have to own that.
And it's so my opinion as a millennials, I don't even see Gen Xers being the ones that fucked it up. I just see Gen X as the ones that were probably brainwashed a lot by boomers,
Mm-hmm.
or some were just they didn't want to change anything out of fear. I don't know what it was,
They
but they just
turned
didn't
into
want.
boomers. We turned
Yeah,
into boomers.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's some societal pressure. I think they just were heavily influenced by the boomers. That even the ones that didn't agree with a lot of stuff just kind of rolled with it anyway. So like when you
Mm-hmm.
said you think it could be up to the Gen X when a lot of these boomers go off to change things, I don't feel that way. I feel like it would have to be millennials to make that change because we've
Right.
kind of had to live both lives
Mm-hmm.
of similar some of that similarity, and then this new world we kind of in a good position right now of we know a lot of the new and a lot of the old, and we
Yeah.
know what a lot of the old that was fucked up that needed to be changed. Again, some of us don't feel like we need to change it, but I think it's going to take millennials, especially Gen Z for sure, to get
Mm-hmm.
that shit changed around. Because even with millennials, I feel like we have and you can tell me this, do you think there's a better relationship between Gen Xers and millennials, or millennials and Gen Z?
I think it's a better relationship between Gen X and millennials than millennials and Gen Z. I think millennials and Gen X have a I think I always feel there's a certain understanding that we have with each other, and unspoken understanding. I guess I should say, because I don't know. I feel a level of comfort with millennials more so than any other generation, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of that has to do with the proximity and age, but it also has to do with the fact that we went through a lot of the same struggles together,
Oh yeah.
and in that aspect, I feel like at the end of the day, like you said, it's going to be up to the millennials and Gen Z to fix stuff. And I feel like as time goes on, we're going to be leaning on the millennials and Gen Zers going forward more so than we leaned on the boomers. But yeah, I definitely feel like Gen X and millennials are. I feel like there's a closeness there that can't be denied.
I
I
agree
mean, hell,
with
look
you
at
on
us.
that. Yeah, I agree with you on that, and it's funny because people always joke with me about it. But I kid you not, I would say realistically, 85 to 90% of my personal friends are all Gen Xers.
Really? Okay.
And it's just I've always had an older mindset, and I relate more to people in the generation above me.
Right. I hear
So
you.
I've always been a whole lot closer with Gen Xers
Yeah.
than even my millennials. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, of course, I'm gonna have connections because we grew up the same with millennials, so you always have certain connection. But I don't know, certain mindsets and stuff. I feel like I relate more to Gen Xers. I don't know. I think I was just a mature kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's real talk. Is I get people joke about it. I'm like, man, damn, all your friends are way older than you. I'm like, we on the same wavelength, man. I can't help
Yeah.
it. But nah, so I definitely agree with that. And even what you said earlier too about like who we gonna go to as millennials, or we gonna go to a boomer first or a Gen Xer. I'll let you know right now. I'm definitely gonna go to a Gen Xer,
Hmm.
way before for any kind of advice or anything. And I
Right.
feel like at this point now, I feel like a lot of millennials and Gen Xers are mixing well. That
Hmm.
a lot of millennials are pulling a lot of Gen Xers into the future a little bit more.
Oh yeah. Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Kind of
Oh
like,
yeah.
hey, let's help bridge that gap that you missed that came when we started. Let's help bring you into it too to help you thrive as well too. And I feel
Right.
like it's at a good point now where a lot of Gen Xers are open more to it. And like, hey, you know what? I am here to open to learn some new shit. Get some of this old boomer shit out of my head that they washed me with.
Hmm.
I'm open to it. So that's kind of how I feel.
I got you.
Let's see what we got next. Gen Z. Um, and for those that don't know, that's 1997 to 2012.
All
Um,
right.
so these are the digital natives. Grew up
Yeah, man.
online. Believe they're the
Yeah.
most socially aware and globally connected generation yet.
Okay.
They are culture shapers. When I saw this, I 110% agreed with this. They're culture shapers. TikTok, meme culture, online activism. They
Hmm.
are the culture that's doing all this shit now, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It
true.
is, and a lot of us are following. I'm telling you, Gen Zers got a lot of millennials like shit. I can't keep up with this shit no more. We done went through too much. Now I'm at the point I'm like I don't want to learn none of this new shit no more. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Yeah,
let y'all handle that shit.
yeah, yeah.
Pull us up like we trying to do Gen X. Y'all
Right, right,
pull us
right.
up too when the time comes. Like, all right, y'all a little bit too far behind. Y'all need to bring y'all's asses on.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I think we're at that point now. And then their criticism of others, they see older generations as out of touch and slow to adapt. Um, I definitely see that. I even see that with Gen Zers and millennials too. Even though which is one generation away, I definitely see that because a lot of stuff again, millennials we get tied into an old school, rough, tough. You know what I'm saying? Suck
Oh
that
yeah.
shit up mindset, and then you kind
Hmm.
of balance. All right, we got to be a little bit, nurturing. You know what I'm saying? Everything got mental health really took off with us and everything like that.
Right. That's
It
true.
was okay for a man to cry and say how he feels and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But we still teeter with it because sometimes still like, man, don't play me like no bitch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
But
I
Gen
mean,
Zers are like, they don't see it that way. They're like, okay, you tough guy. I don't care. Shit,
yeah,
I'm being
sure
a
enough.
smart guy. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's like, I get it. And, we try to still be tough with them. And they're like, we don't give a fuck about the tough shit you puffing out your chest for. We don't care about that shit.
yeah, man.
Um,
Oh
so
yeah. They'll make a TikTok about you and you go viral and
yeah.
everybody be laughing at you.
Come on, man. It's just different, man. It's a whole lot different. I think I'm very excited about what Gen Zers can do.
Same, same.
Just because to me, they're the generation that don't really give a fuck. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
and they're
everybody
the
tells
generation.
them, yeah,
They're the
everybody
generation that nobody seems to. I think everybody's overlooking them.
they
I feel like
are.
everybody's overlooking them.
Everybody thinks of them as like, oh, y'all the weak ass. Y'all don't. What we talked about, y'all don't want to get y'all's hands dirty.
Hmm.
Y'all don't want to do anything. And it's like, no, it ain't that they don't want to do it. They just have thought of smarter ways to do the shit that we were doing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? They don't
Exactly.
care about us. Like I even think about my own kids and shit too, man. They just don't care about that shit. Oh, about ooh, okay, like
Yeah.
you had it hard. Ooh, that's stupid to brag about you having it hard.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And the worst part about it is when they say it, it's like, yeah, it is kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's all I'm like. You be like shit. It is because
Like,
millennials we do that shit. I'm like, man, y'all had that shit easy. I used to have to do this. I'm like, all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
sorry, y'all was some dumbasses.
That's all that's all the shit the boomers passed down to us, Complain about how
Mm-hmm.
hard you had it because nobody had it harder than you. And we all did that shit. And like I
Oh
said,
yeah.
Gen Z looks at that shit. They're like, y'all a bunch of dumbasses. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah. Now let's see. We got our last generation, Generation Alpha. And that's 2013 to present. Tech embedded from birth, smart devices, AI, streaming before they can walk.
man,
Uh, they will believe. This isn't a fact. This is just an assumption. They will believe they're the most advanced humans ever, which technically they
they
should
might
be.
be. Yeah,
You look what you starting out. You starting off with AI. Like you're not even
yeah.
gonna know a world without AI.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's wild
I
to think.
hope you are the advanced humans. I hope you take us to a whole nother level.
Yeah, shit
Um,
takes to a whole nother planet.
yeah, and this I did agree with too. It says that generation is going to be really self empowered, um, expected
Yeah.
to be entrepreneurial from an early age. In the world of this TikTok, our social media climate in general, I see that as 100% true because
Hmm.
you have to be an entrepreneur these days, especially the younger generation, because they're not coming into these jobs that we're doing.
Mm.
They're doing more tech shit, more the shit we gonna be doing. Robots and shit gonna end up having to run, and they gonna be just doing a whole lot. I feel like they're gonna be doing more so entertainment, uh, shit like that. Side, we consider them side hustles, but it ain't gonna be side hustles for them. It's gonna be their main
Nah, I mean,
hustles.
yeah.
But I just think they're gonna always be thinking of new stuff, and that's why I'm excited about that generation because you're gonna have a whole lot more people with that entrepreneur mindset, which means a
Hmm.
lot of shit is going to get created with that generation.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think
Yeah.
that is going to be the creative generation that really gets involved with tech and really takes that shoot to another level. And I think by the time they've grown up, I'm not going to say racism is going to be gone or anything like that, but they're
Right.
really going to understand that a lot of the shit, like, why are we still talking about black and white and shit? Like, come on, let's
Yeah.
move on from this stupid shit like that.
Yeah. They're
Uh,
gonna be like, y'all still talking about that damn boomer shit? It's like,
yeah, like
damn.
for real, like, why are we still fighting over dumb shit like that? So I
Yeah, just
think
yeah.
they're going to be the ones that going to see there's going to be more unity, more growth with that generation's how I personally take that.
I hear you, man. I hear you, man. I'm hopeful that it happens because Lord knows society needs it. But I definitely agree with your take on Gen Alpha, man. And me personally, I'm looking forward to Gen Alpha more so because my grandkids are both Gen
Mm-hmm.
Alpha. Oh, well, I say both; they're all Gen Alphas. So I'm
Yep.
looking forward to watching them grow and see how they grow and watching to see who they become as human beings and whatnot. So
It's crazy, man. It
yeah, yeah.
is.
You know, they're gonna be showing me things, and I'm looking forward to learning from them.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the things that I'm gonna appreciate going forward. And uh, I think part of the reason is because I have so much love for generations below me, as opposed to looking down on them and shitting on them and telling them they ain't shit and they ain't never gonna be shit. You know, it's just so far from the truth. And if you sit back and take a look at what each generation brings to the table, you can't help but learn from them. You're gonna learn
Mm-hmm.
from them,
No,
and
absolutely.
if you're gonna be closed minded about it, you're never gonna learn nothing. And I talk all my shit on the boomers. I've learned everything I can learn from the boomers, and I just don't like it. And I just feel like as boomers, they should have led us a whole lot better than what they did. And like I said, I hate that it's going to fall on the younger generations to lead us to better places. But I have faith in our younger generations to lead us to those better places, and I look forward to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'll say, is that your takeaway for the
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use
generation
that as
talk?
my takeaway. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go ahead and use that as my takeaway. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning from those that are much younger than me,
Mm-hmm.
and you're really not going to find a lot of generations that are going to say some shit like that. But
Oh yeah.
that goes to Gen X is being able to adapt, son. You got to adapt to the ways of society, son. And when the young ones come to take over, I'd rather be on their back than the old folks' back. So hey,
Yeah.
choose your teams wisely.
Absolutely. And I will say too, I think millennials will do better at listening to other generations below us. Just because,
Hmm.
man, I feel like we had it tough too with getting respected from other generations as millennials.
Hmm.
So we know how that
Millennials
shit
probably had it.
feels.
Yeah, millennials probably had it rougher than anybody else. I know we talk shit on Gen Z, but it goes to what I was saying earlier,
Yeah.
man. We used to shit all over the millennials, man.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it,
yeah,
it
everything got blamed on us a
yeah,
lot.
it wasn't until y'all got into y'all's 30s to where it's like folks like, hey man, we should probably back off a little bit, man. These
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers are going through the same shit we're going through.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. But let me see. My takeaway for that one too, kind of the same sentiment. How I see it is, man, every generation, I think about it with everything. Generations of music, everybody's music was the best. Whatever
Hmm.
you grew up listening to is always gonna be the best to you. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
what it is. I don't care what you. Now you get some people that do just have old hearts, and they like shit. The Boomers generation was the best because I loved all their music and shit. Man, it just resonates with me more than this new shit. But I think overall, we're always gonna love how we grew up. We're
Yeah,
always
yeah.
gonna think we had it harder. I mean, it's anything. I think about the military. All the soldiers before me. Oh, y'all had it easy in boot camp. I'm like, man, the fuck we did, man, just because I couldn't get punched in the mouth and shit. And then the you
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
the kids that come in after me, and I'm like, man, y'all get on y'all's damn phone and shit, man. Y'all had it easy. So it's like, man, that shit. Everybody's always saying they're gonna have it. Just be aware enough to know that that's what it is. It's everybody's has the same. Everybody struggles with the same shit in their generation. We
Ah,
just
yeah.
have different things. We have different entertainment, different technologies, things like that. But we all essentially end up have the same issues. Finance, relationships, whatever. Everybody's going
Mhm.
through the same shit, just
Yep.
doing it at different parts of history.
Hmm.
My
Absolutely.
takeaway on the Shannon Sharpe thing. If you know better, do better. You too old for that shit.
Yeah, man.
That to me, whether I agreed with him getting fired or not, it doesn't matter. If you don't give people a reason to put you in that situation, you ain't got to worry about it. So don't put yourself in there. I'm big on that. I don't want to put myself in a situation that I'm not ready to deal with the consequences of that for.
Hmm.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh yeah.
So if I know I can make a bad decision, but I'm like, I've already known that if I were to get hemmed up or something on based off what I just did, I'm okay with what I expect to happen from that. Um, but he's just, you would think a man in his mid to late 50s would understand by now. Don't get duped like that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We all humans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't hold it against them. We all gonna make mistakes. We all fall short in some way. So it is what it is. Learn from it, bounce from it, move on. Uh, Take that L, make it a learning opportunity, and move on.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I guess my takeaway from Shannon Sharpe would be, maybe he needs to holler at Jonathan Majors, man, and go through the Jonathan Majors
Come on.
rehabilitation. Jonathan Majors went out and got Megan Good. Maybe Shannon Sharpe should actually work harder to go get Nicole Murphy like he was working on back in the
Something,
day.
man. Yeah.
Something like that. Get your older woman who's got a similar mindset to you. Something to
Hmm.
that effect. But like you said, if you know better, be better.
Oh yeah.
So come on,
Uh,
Shannon. Come on.
Come on, baby. So let's wrap this baby up with our real talker clickbait. So this is a fun one.
Oh yeah, kind of ties into the previous
It
topic a little.
does,
It will a
man.
little bit anyway.
It really does. That's why I was like, I love the setup this week because everything kind of rolls in with each other.
Hmm.
So this one, the real talker clickbait, is really on hip hop, and this hip hop is still the voice of the streets. Has hip hop lost its soul and its identity? We know how much it used to do for the culture for different generations.
Hmm.
Growing up on hip hop and stuff, because now we got AI, TikTok, all these different corporate influences and stuff. So it's like,
Hmm.
is hip hop losing its soul?
Hmm.
What do we think? We think hip hop losing its soul? Is it real talk? Is it clickbait?
Oh man.
It is
Woo.
hard. That's a loaded question.
We'll have to talk this one through. I can't give an answer right off the top.
Yeah.
We have to talk this one through. I'll give you when we get done because man, hip hop has been a large part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, and it's funny that this is one of the topics. I literally saw somebody post today that the birth date of hip hop is like August 11th, 1973.
Mm.
So I've been heavily influenced by hip hop growing up as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, as a grown up. Hip hop moves me to this day. It's literally the only music I listen to. You know, I, when me and my wife are in the car, I'm gonna listen to R&B. But if I'm in the car by myself, I'm listening to hip hop. If I
Mm-hmm.
ain't listening to a podcast, whatever, it's gonna be hip hop, and it's just the culture has just been like I said, a part of me. And looking at where it's at now, man, it's tough because I listen to a lot of old school music. I don't listen to a lot of new music. So if you gave me a list with 10 current rappers on it, if it ain't got Drake and Kendrick on there, I'm not gonna really know who most of them
Mm-hmm.
are. I know who the big ones are. The J Cole's and the you know, hell, I hate to say Meek Mill, but because I
Yeah.
mean, he really ain't making music no more. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, a lot of them dudes. That's what I'm gonna be listening to. So the new rappers, I can't. I hate to say I can't relate, but I'm not
You
19,
can't.
20,
Yeah, you can't
21.
relate.
What they're going through is not going to be
Yeah.
anything that I feel. A lot of folks talk shit on Jay Z's 444 album, but that to me that was a great album because I could relate to what he was saying in that
Mm-hmm.
album, and it's just part of it.
And that, I'm glad you said that too, because that kind of, it ties in that identity of hip hop belongs to that generation. So it's going to always be different. Like we just said, generations are going to be different based on environment, what's going on in the world during that generation.
Hmm.
So I can't connect with none of these new rappers half the time, man. Well, I don't know what the hell they be saying.
Yeah, that too.
I
That
don't know
too.
what the hell y'all be saying half the time. They got some crazy ass names, and I listen to it. And I'm like, this shit just makes my my ears hurt. I don't want to hear that
Right.
shit. I
Right.
just
Right.
don't relate to that shit. You know what I mean? It's because
Yeah.
I ain't grew up how you grew up. I don't know what the fuck you talking about in the song.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
it is hard because I think about like again generations before me on a lot of like especially when like crunk music and shit came out during my time
Okay.
and stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
man, this bullshit, this horrible ass shit off. A lot of the mumble rappers they always called it the ones that are leading the hip hop nowadays, like
Yeah.
Future, Migos, and all them, boy, they got tore
Mhm.
alive by older generation. Like, what the hell these mumble rappers ass motherfuckers saying? I'm like, boy, killing this shit. What you
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about with your old ass?
Yeah.
Man,
You're
so
right
now I'm
though.
like, it's the same thing. I'm like, I'm listening to some of these new guys. I'm like, man, what the fuck did you just play me? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell this boy is talking about. I don't know his name, but it hip hop is so. I think it's just grown so much that it seems like it's lost identity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just because with access now, global access, internet, everything, you just get so many different types of hip hop now versus like in your generation, hip hop started out in the East Coast. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Starting on the East Coast, you get a little bit of West Coast. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like my generation, I started getting Atlanta really took off during my generation. So
Yeah.
Atlanta hip hop was big, even though I'm 100% New York rap all day long.
Right.
That's my style of hip hop that I like. But I love Atlanta rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, you get
Same. I'm
Midwest,
the same way
South.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like things changed. It got more open now. It's just, man, you getting hip hop everywhere, man, from everybody. And some of it is bullshit. But then, like, I'll say I don't like a lot of these new artists. I'll give you a prime example. When I was listening to Joey Badass. I don't know if you
Okay.
listen to Joey Badass,
Yeah.
but he just he's a rapper to me. So he went at the whole West Coast,
Right.
and it brought out a lot of like West Coast newer rappers, young bucks that I had never heard of. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
listening to all these guys going back and forth. I'm like, hey, these young bulls is getting it, man. So
Yeah.
I'm like, hip hop isn't dead. It ain't lost its soul and identity to me. I think
Mm-hmm.
there is some bullshit that's getting accepted now. Um, but that's what they like. That's what that generation likes. I'm sure there's
Mm-hmm.
some bullshit that came out of my generation that you was like, what in the hell is that shit? And we was probably all like, hell yeah. And you like, I don't know what the hell going on here. But it was what it was. But I
Right.
think you still always have that core somewhere. Like for my generation, it was like the J. Cole's, Kendricks.
Okay.
You still have that core.
Right. 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 Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'll say it's clickbait to say that hip hop has lost its soul and identity.
Okay.
Cause I feel like it's always there.
Mm-hmm.
The shit, even the Drake and Kendrick beef show that it's always there. You know what I'm saying? Cause you still got people
Yeah.
battle rapping that's still around. You know what
Right.
I
Right.
mean? I
Oh
just
yeah.
think I think that hip hop that we love, that identity that we know, it's just not the main hip hop anymore. So it doesn't
Right.
get put on the big stage like that.
Right.
And
Right.
that's
Right.
why it feels like it's gone. But entertainment has to go with what's new, what's trending. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I will say this. I know. So growing up, a lot of people said that hip hop was a fad and that it was going to go away and that it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't last. So in that aspect, it has to be clickbait, as far as the answer to is hip hop dead? Because hip hop's at places now that it's never been before. And it's clear that it's never gonna go away. And I think back in back in the 90s, after the 90s is what I call the golden era of hip hop. I
I
would
agree.
say that I would say that around 97, 98, when Puffy got big, hip hop went more mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had gone mainstream before, but it went to a whole nother level. And I think Puffy, even Eminem to a certain aspect, had a large part in hip hop growing the way it grew. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
because of that, it's hard for me to say that hip hop has, I hate to say it's lost its soul because it hasn't really lost its soul. It's just evolved,
it's
I guess so to
different.
speak.
Yeah,
And I think there's always. I think you're gonna have folks from my generation, a lot of Gen X folks that are gonna that when you look like we got Wu Tang and Amazon commercials. I know I mentioned it in one of the earlier episodes, but you got a lot of people that are Gen Xers who grew up like I did, heavily involved in hip hop, and that spans from black folks to white folks. Like I remember a lot of white folks banging Public Enemy, fight the power as hard as I
Mm-hmm.
was back in the day. Now, granted, some of them turn around and made questionable choices
Yeah,
politically, and
they like
that
the
confused
beat.
the shit out of me because I'm always going to be the one. I ain't trying to get political, but I'm always going to be the one. How the fuck you listen to Tupac and Public Enemy and then turn around and vote for Trump?
Yeah, it's
It
crazy.
don't make no sense to
Yeah.
me. You can sit here and recite Tupac lyrics, but you're gonna vote for that man.
Mm-hmm.
You're missing the plot here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? This man laid it out for you how things should be, how we should be moving forward, how things look through his eyes. And folks were like, "Yeah, I agree." But now fuck that motherfucker is basically what they were saying 20 years later. So I always had an issue with that. But when we look at where hip hop is now compared to what it is, I mean, you got hip hop concerts selling out all over the place. Even you got Drake selling out concerts in England or wherever it is he at, because he probably not gonna be in America no time soon. But Drake
Mm-hmm.
selling out, Kendrick selling out, Wu Tang, them dudes 50 years old, they're selling out concerts. Nas is still selling out concerts. If
Nas
Jay
is
Z went on
still making
concert right
crazy
now,
music.
his concerts would sell out. So
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to say that hip hop has lost its soul and has lost its way when when there's still a large market for it. And as far as I can see, hip hop is still setting a lot of trends as well. Even on, you look at how folks dance and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
A lot of that comes from hip hop culture. So
And
I
that's the
would say, if
thing that
anything,
the culture is just it's still so influential around the world, not just our
mm-hmm.
country, around the world, that's why I say hip hop is still the number one genre. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
It is still the number one genre of music because it has such an impact everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
And I know I do meet a lot of people like, ah, yeah, hip hop is dead now. It got all these stupid ass shit. Um, I used to, bite on that too. I'm like, yeah, I can't stand listening to some of this stupid ass shit. And I still don't like listening to stupid ass shit. But we have to think
right,
about what hip hop was and what made hip hop. And it was taking that storytelling of what you went through, how you
mm-hmm.
felt, and putting it on there on a nice ass beat. So to me, that is hip hop, is taking that emotion, whatever, anything you experience, and putting it on, that record. You say that vinyl record,
Yeah,
um, putting it on there with a good ass beat to make your head bop. That's part of the hip hop. It's got to have a nice beat to it, nice production. So as long as you're doing that, because like you said, talking about some of his music, I can't relate to what this person's talking about now, but just because I
right,
can't relate to it doesn't mean it doesn't have the same identity. They're doing the same thing. They're taking their experiences and putting it onto a beat. Shit, half the time I rock with the beat. I just don't like.
right,
I don't know what the hell you saying. It is
right, right,
most of the
right.
time is I just don't know your lingo no more. I can't.
Yeah, yeah, man,
You
that's a
got
good point.
you got to
That's a
speak
real
unk
good
to
point.
me now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a lot of these words, man. So it's like I don't know what the hell you said. It probably was a dope ass bar, but I don't know what that
Yeah,
shit means.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
got to get Gen Z to translate that
Yeah,
shit
so
for
then
me.
it sounds stupid to me because I don't know what it says. Just like my generation made up a fizzle, shizzle with a bunch of stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? The people like, man, turn that bullshit off. You know what I mean? And then after a while, it grew on you, and you're like, oh, you know what? That is kind of, I get what it means now. So
Right.
so that literally ties to me. This hip hop situation ties directly into that generation thing where everybody's gonna think that generation of music is gonna be the best.
Hmm.
I can't remember where I heard it from. I think it was a comedian or something. I can't remember where I heard it, but it was like your favorite R&B music and shit is gonna be whatever music you was listening to when you first started having sex. It don't mean the music was that good. It's just that's who
You
you
can
was getting
relate.
buns off of,
Yeah.
and that put you in a happy place. So that music is always gonna be more impactful to you because it brought something out of you during that time frame. Just
Right,
like
right, right.
a lot of our favorite music that we listen to now is shit that we would listen to when we first started driving and stuff. I'll never forget
Yeah.
the
Oh,
music
yeah.
I was listening to when I was first driving. Shit, I played that shit before I got in the shower early. I got a whole station of shit just from that time period because I'm like, that's when I felt cool. I'm whipping and shit. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was memorable. So the
Yes.
music ties into those memories and those experiences. Um, so it's always gonna be the best to you with whatever generation you got. Now some people are just more affluent to shit and have better musical ears than others and say nah, so that shit was a little better, the production was better, they did this better, yada yada. But overall, I think everybody's gonna say they shit's the best. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm guilty as charged of that. And while we're on the topic of the best, I do just want to say to the listeners out there, there's a lot of folks out there that think Eminem is the greatest rapper ever, and I'm here to tell you, Eminem is not the greatest rapper ever. Eminem is good. He's really good. He's in my top 15. I know some folks think it's blasphemy for Eminem to not be in the top 10. I'm just saying
I'm with you.
he's not my top 10. He's in my top 15, not my top 10. He's not the greatest rapper ever. Some of y'all need to relax on that. Y'all get a little angry and get a little upset
Mm-hmm.
when folks try to tell you that Eminem is not the greatest rapper ever. But he's never made a song better than Life's a Bitch. He's never made a song better than Picasso, baby. He's never made a song better than Can't Knock the Hustle. So I ain't trying to hear this shit about Eminem being the greatest rapper ever. I just had to get that off my chest while we was talking about
I ain't
who's the
mad at
best
it.
and what is the best. Because that shit drives me nuts.
I ain't mad at it. And I always tell people with lists too. I'm like, to me, you realistically have to have two lists. You got to have the best lyricist list, and you
Right?
have a best rapper, like best entertainer type
Yes,
list.
yeah.
Because there's some
Yes.
people that are my favorite rappers just
Right.
because of different reasons, not necessarily their music all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Ludacris would be high on my favorite artist list. Now
I
I'm not
got you.
putting Ludacris on my top five rappers of all time list for lyrics and shit like that. Even though I think he's a
Right.
nice lyricist, he's not
Yeah.
up there
He's
for me.
underrated. He's
He's
really
underrated,
underrated.
but it is like 50 Cent. 50 Cent would be high on my favorite artist list, but he's not
Right.
gonna be high on my favorite lyricist list because
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
not. He didn't have bars. He was just a good entertainer. He had made
Very
good
good entertainer.
music. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's why I'm
I'm
always, you
right
got to
there
have
with
a couple lists when you do those. When somebody asks me like who's your like favorite or who I think is the best, you know what I'm
you.
saying?
Right,
Like
right, right,
there's
right,
two
right.
different things here on
It
who I think
really
is the
is.
best. Yeah,
It
but
really is. My favorites would not the guys I consider to be the best are they're not my favorites. They're high up on my list that of folks that I love and listen to, but my favorites, nobody's ever going to put them on any nobody's ever going to put them on any top 5 list, even though those are my favorites. But
yeah,
I would put I'm heavy into lyricism, so my favorite guys are probably going to be guys that are considered lyricists.
yep.
But you know,
It is what it is, man. That's why I'm like
yeah.
shit, and that's why I like having the different hip hop styles too because sometimes I just need to hear bars. I want to hear
Right.
motherfuckers rap. And that's why I love New York rap because it's like, it's a
Hmm.
guarantee you getting bars every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just going to be some
Oh yeah.
goofy ass song made up. But sometimes I might want to hear some old hood trapping, just dumb shit. And I'm going to go to
Right, right,
my
right, right,
Atlanta
right.
rappers for that most of the time. Because I want to
Yeah,
hear
I hear
some
you.
ignorant shit that's got a mean ass beat to it and feel like I'm trapping and slinging, you know what I'm saying, on my way to work. But it is what it is. So I think, like I said, I already said it's I think it's clickbait, but yeah, I like having that. I like having the variety. But I still think it's hip hop is still true to it. One thing I forgot to mention on it too. They did just announce that BET's no
Hmm.
longer doing the hip hop awards and stuff like that, which to
Yeah,
me is just a tragedy.
it really is.
A lot of people are mad at BET, which they do have a lot of blame on that.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
absolutely.
blame a lot of these artists
Okay.
because they used to piss me off. I'm like, we have literally one channel made for us for entertainment purposes, and you can't even come out to support it when you win an award or something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
let
yeah.
it
Yeah, I hear you
be,
there.
yeah, let it be a Grammy or something like that, and your ass,
They'll
you
be
gonna
there.
make sure you ain't missing that shit. So it's like, why, when it's our own thing, do you not show it as much love? There's so many artists, and I'm like, y'all not even here. Like, to me, you get a bunch of artist names called, oh, they couldn't be here today. they didn't see it as a priority. So a lot of
Right,
people
right, right.
treated BET hip hop awards like shit, and then won't be surprised when they ain't doing it no more. But
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, BET can't escape this. They fuck BET's ran itself into the ground. To me personally,
yeah,
man, it just ain't what
yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
They
But
have. They've been doing that for a long time. And uh, if anything, losing the source and losing the source awards was probably more detrimental to hip hop than losing the BET
oh,
awards.
for
But
sure,
losing the BET awards is also detrimental. But the source awards were legit,
that was
you know.
it.
And if you made it to the source awards, if you won a source award, you knew you was doing something. So I
Hmm.
missed that more than I would. You know, I missed that more than I would miss the BET award show. But at the same time, I'm gonna miss the BET award show because you know that's it was hip hop. The show they put on this year with the nostalgia, I mean, that shit was love, man. I loved all of it, man. Even seeing little Bow Wow out there, I was like, man, this is dope shit right here, and this is the
Hmm.
kind of shit I want to see. So I'm glad they went out with a bang, but like I said, I hate that they're not going to be doing it going forward because and maybe it's something they need to take a break from. Maybe it's something that they can bring back at a later date when folks are
Something, yeah.
more more committed to
Yeah, maybe this
more
might be a
committed
wake up
to
call to
TV.
them. Yeah, and they be like,
I
hey,
hope
oh
it is.
shit, yeah.
I
Cause
hope it
I'm,
is because they're not going to get the love at the Grammys. I mean, at the Grammys, you're doing good for them to even show who won hip hop of
and
the
they get
album of the year.
mad. That's what makes me mad. They mad. Oh, they don't understand us, and they picking the wrong people in these categories. And then when we have our
Yeah,
own shit, you don't come out and support it.
yeah,
So it's like, man, shut your ass up. If you ain't gonna do nothing about it, I don't hear no complaining on it
yeah. You're right.
at
You're right. I
all.
can't
But
front on that.
it's funny talking about millennials and generations. BET Awards is like the last thing I used to record on my VHS player.
Ah, yeah.
It was the last thing I
Yeah,
used to record, man. So it's crazy that it's over now. But yeah, man, just thinking about generational shit too. Like when they used to have the little ciphers and stuff on the
yeah. Shit, yeah.
BT,
Those were
man,
always
that was a
dope.
big deal too. Like
Yeah.
you can't come out here and be no bitch, man.
Nah,
Like
you gotta have bars, man.
yeah, and it was
You
just
gotta have your
it was a
bars
lot of
ready.
respect for hip hop, man, and love, and I hate seeing it as gone, but we'll see what happens next with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
no,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
appreciate
Hip
everybody.
hop ain't dead yet.
Yeah, yeah. Appreciate everybody though, man. Listening in, staying with us, rocking with us. Appreciate you as always. Definitely good episode. Definitely a lot of good. I like the way this one tied in with everything. So definitely hope y'all
Right.
enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. I'm very curious on people's takes on generations
Absolutely.
and why y'all think millennials are the best. You know, y'all can put that in there. Y'all can put that in there too. But you've been listening to the Clearly Confused podcast with like your group chat with better audio. And remember, if you've been confused listening up to this point, man, just reach out to us. Hit us up social medias. Hit us up individually if you want. Just give us a
Absolutely.
shout, man. Show us some love. Let us know what you need cleared up, and we got you.
Yes,
But
sir.
as always, man, we'll see y'all. We'll catch y'all next time.
Right. Peace.
Peace.